Hello, guys. Welcome, everybody, to Purple A's podcast. I am your host who bleeds purple and gold, Isaac here. So, I'm going to talk about a news thing. We'll start off the day with some good news, and then I'll go on my little rant about last night's NFC Championship game. But starting off with the good news. Brian Flores is officially staying with the Minnesota Vikings. So, I was gonna wait for the news to pop out, because the other thing that was up in the air, it wasn't official. He did sign an extension with the Vikings, but also what was up in the air was the Pittsburgh Steelers head coaching job and the Ravens head coaching job. So he was waiting for the job or something like that, if he was going to get the job or not. So I'm guessing though, but that's out of the way because the Baltimore Ravens, they just hired Jesse Minter as their head coach, and the Pittsburgh Steelers hired Mike McCarthy as their head coach. So the news is out that Brian Flores is officially staying with the Vikings. And I really thought at this point, I'm like, you know what, it might be due that Brian Flores might go to a different team. It might be due. But to our surprise, he's staying with the Minnesota Vikings. So, I mean, I feel bad for him as a person, not really I guess I would say not really getting a head coaching job because usually as a person that would go in a job, they want a supervisor position, or they want to go up a higher rank instead of doing what they do best. So I do feel bad for Brian Flores, but also as a Vikings fan, I'm definitely I'm happy with Brian Flores staying as the DC. So that means the Vikings and the search for the DC, they don't have to do that. So Brian Flores may stay for 1 or 2 years. Who knows how long his contract is up. So it's a good thing Brian Flores is staying. However, on another note, this about KOC and how this is a do or die year in 2026, the 2026 season. And I promise you, I know I've ripped on this dude a long time. I'm going to try to make this the last time I say anything about this thing. I mean, I'm making no promises, but I'm going to try to. So, Sam Darnold, last night against the LA Rams, he punched the Seattle Seahawks, and Sam Darnold punched their ticket to the Super Bowl after beating the LA Rams 31-27 last night. And this goes back to show where I am, and make no mistake about it, I am happy for Sam Darnold. I'm not upset all of a sudden and saying, oh, well, you didn't do it with the Vikings, you weren't good. And that can be true, but at the same time, what does that say about coaching? What does that say about Kevin O'Connell and his coaching that he had, where he would do nothing but long developing play action passes, and it kept on doing it to no avail. And you could see with Clint Kubiak with the Seattle Seahawks, they're doing everything. Not just one thing, everything. Short passes, intermediate passing routes, everything you can imagine. And running the football too. Mixing it up, keeping a balanced offense for Sam Darnold to where he can perform at his best. And he had 300 yards, 3 touchdowns in the NFC Championship. So good for Sam Darnold that he's doing good. But this goes to show you that coaching has everything to do. And I hope KOC was watching this game. I hope he was watching the game and saying to himself, okay, Sam Darnold, he's a good quarterback. I And this is more KOC failing Sam Darnold than it is Sam Darnold failing the team. KOC failed Sam Darnold in 2024 when you went one and done in the playoffs. We thought Sam Darnold could not make the playoffs or win any big games or the NFC North Championship the week before the Rams game. You see, he couldn't do it. Sam Darnold couldn't do it. We thought it was Sam Darnold all along. But Sam Darnold painted the picture that it was not himself. It was KOC who has his fingerprints all over it, man. I mean, bro. Because, I mean, you basically, though, because it's just, you don't do what is necessary to win. And I kept on saying this, your team is crap when you play in the playoffs. And and through the first 4 years, you've had 2 playoff appearances and you won 0 playoff wins. And Sam Darnold, in his first year with the Seattle Seahawks, has 2 playoff wins. Let that sink in. Think about that. Clint Kubiak, in his first playoff appearance, has 2 playoff wins. That's a guy who knows football. Clint Kubiak. As a matter of fact, now that I'm saying it, Clint Kubiak beat the crap out of you guys in this season. Sam Darnold and company they absolutely waxed you. And it's an indictment on KOC and how poorly coached they were. It's just I'm just tired of it. Like you lost 27-9 to the Rams. I mean, at least the Seahawks won against the Rams twice. And so Sam Darnold won the team the NFC West, and they got a playoff win, and they beat the Rams to go to the playoffs. 3 divisional opponents, and they were able to win. They were able to win all 3 of them. And you couldn't do any of that as a 14-win team. Make that make sense, man. I mean, that's not a competing championship. And that goes to show you how much of a fraud you are. How much of a quarterback whisperer you were. You're not. See, you failed. So you failed Sam Darnold. You failed J.J. McCarthy. You failed Carson Wentz. You failed Max Brosmer. Kirk Cousins, I think you failed him too. But Kirk Cousins, he is who is. Okay, forget about that. But that was the year. That was your best. That was the best season. Your first 16 games in that season, you coached the best game you possibly could have had. And you flushed it down the toilet with those last 2 games. And I'm just tired of seeing on the sidelines and watching these teams compete and play with the intensity of their opponents. The Rams played with intensity. They fought their butts off. But when they play against you, KOC, you fold. You got outcoached. You get outcoached every time, which I'm saying this for a season. Okay, I know they're not going to fire you after the season. I just know it. They're not going to. But if you give you, all right, fine, 1 more year. All right. So if you don't, but here's the thing for me. If you can't outcoach anybody for next season, in the 26th season, you can't outcoach anybody in the playoffs and win, then you should be fired. Because if you can't do it, then then what is the point of you being there then? If you can't coach up to your competition, because it goes down to coaching, because if you think you're going to get bailed out by players, you're wrong. It comes down to coaching. Okay? Be better. Or give it up to somebody if you have to. And that's the bottom line. It is a do or die season for you, man. I hope this is the last time I have to mention it in a long time till fall comes, but you need to be better. No excuses. And that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Hit that like button as always. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Skol Vikings.